what is going on? It seems like there's an issue with almost every appraisal.
Yeah, they're coming at me with all different angles. Lately, it's been one thing after another. It's one of the most important parts of the transaction once you're under agreement on a house. Is getting the appraisal done, because you might qualify for the house or for the money to borrow, but the appraisal is determining what you're spending the money on. Like where are you spending your money, and what's the collateral?
The bank is basically validating that the home you're buying is worth what you're paying, correct?
Worth it, condition wise, all of that. It's a very intricate part, because we have to protect our investment. So some of the topics, some of the issues that can come up, some of the broad, like the big topics that can come up, be a value issue. It doesn't appraise for what you're purchasing it for.
Why wouldn't it? So somebody, can you give us an example of that?
Example would be, I just had a new construction deal, and it was for a property that was $400,000 brand new.
Yep.
And the appraiser disagreed with what that was an appropriate value. She didn't have access to all the information that needed to be determined in order to make that value, but she came in $30,000 less.
It was crazy.
Than what we were under agreement for. So we had to show to her why we think that she was wrong. In other situations, there might be a value issue because the neighborhood isn't that up and up, and the comps, the comparables that they used weren't up to speed. And in that aspect, you'd want to speak with your real estate professionals on why they disagree and what were some of the other comparables that weren't considered by the appraiser that should have been. Another big topic is the conditions. So the conditions of the appraisal will come back. And you can only have two. The report can only come back one of two ways. Subject to the property's worth $400,000 as is. You don't have to touch a thing to it. You just close and you're good, and that's kind of what we all shoot for on a regular basis. The second way it can come back is subject to the completion of X, Y, and Z, and the appraiser makes a bulleted list about all the things that need to be improved before the bank can close on the property.
Can you give us some examples?
Missing shingles.
Got you.
Chipping paint.
Okay.
Missing handrail.
Yep.
Any unfinished, like exposed raw wood, like studs or plaster's not done right.
How about mold?
Plumbing issues. Radon. Honestly, if the appraiser finds out there's a radon issue. The third part that I didn't want to go too far without mentioning is especially in my wheelhouse is a lot of investment properties and people buying owner-occupied multifamilies.
Oh yeah.
Using the rent to qualify. And understanding the rental market, which is really important if you're going to be a landlord, because you're going to be dropped right into 6 feet of water with no floaties on. Being a landlord,
it's like when you have a baby, it doesn't come with the user manual.
Yeah, exactly. But you get right into the mix.
Yeah.
And if you have to depend on renting that house out in order to make your mortgage payment, you need to make sure that rent schedule is right on point. And a lot of times, if the appraiser disagrees, or for one reason or another, you have to be able to address those items, which is another one that we just recently dealt with. They need to know if their rent is too low, too high, in the middle, if they need to improve the property to get higher rent, all of those things. So, that's a really, really important thing that comes up.